Welcome back to another episode of the Drop Back Podcast. I am Bradley, as always, joined by my co-host. And if you missed last episode, we did half the NFL, our grades, our thoughts on their draft class. But today we're doing the other half of the NFL. So if you missed your team, if we don't talk about your team, go listen to last episode. But how are you doing today, Zane?
I'm doing pretty good. Both our teams are in this one. We thought we could have gotten it all done in one episode, and then we got I think it was like halfway through the episode, and we're like, oh crap, this is gonna be like 3 hours if we don't just split it up. So we ended up just splitting it up into two. Um, that way y'all can just don't have to do it all in one sitting, So we did A. I think it was A through K is what we ended up doing. We just did alphabetical, so we're starting with L, and we'll go all the way to the end. So that's how we're doing it for this one, and we're starting with the Chargers. I'm happy though because both our teams, like I said, are in this one, so I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited to finally talk about my team. My thought since their draft class has changed a lot. I have not
I,
even told you yet,
yeah,
so
I figured it had.
because I'm like thinking about it more and more. I'm like, okay, 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 yeah, but yeah.
Patriots drafted a top 10 wide receiver of all time, apparently. So, just saying.
Oh,
I might have
Burton,
to copy. Who?
Jerome Burton. Wait,
No, that wasn't us. No, that was the Bengals who did that one. I was
oh
talking about Baker.
Baker. Oh yeah, Baker. Yeah,
Dog, I might have to copy his jersey. I'm gonna be totally real.
dude. His, I mean, on y'all's
He
wide
is a
receiver
dog.
core right now, he could start. You have Juju Smith-Schuster.
Nah,
So
but his quotes. Have you seen his quotes?
no.
I can make a person in a wheelchair stand up.
I,
And then he's like, "There's no way 10 wide receivers in the league are better than me." And I'm like, "Dude, this is the mindset I need right now. That's
dude,
what I
that's
need."
also what Jace Claypool said.
You're right, but he's also just dumb. And Javon Baker actually puts in work. So just saying,
Yeah, that's fair. Um,
whatever number Baker, I hope Baker picks a good number because I will cop that jersey in a heartbeat.
Imagine he
Um,
changes it like Gonzalez
oh,
did.
like Gonzalez did, yeah, that'd be so fun. He'll pick six like Gonzalez did, and then change it.
Wonder if you could get like a refund for it.
I think I probably can. I mean, I'm going to the shop um, this summer, so I could probably trade it in. Be like, look, I'll switch it out for the new one. It's all good though. Let's go to the Chargers because that's the first team we should be talking about, not my team. What do you think of the Chargers draft?
I liked it. I like their they had a lot of holes going into this draft. And new head coach Jim Harbaugh, had to draft at least one Michigan guy, and he drafted two. So um, I thought it was a good draft overall. I gave it a B plus. I like the Joe Alt pickup. I mean, yes, I understand you need offensive line, and Jim Harbaugh's mindset is to just play old school football, just run it down your throat. But who's going to run the ball for you? Um,
That was my biggest issue.
so I, I think Joe Alt will be a fantastic offensive lineman, and he already has the name. Like whenever like Joe Alt is such an offensive lineman name.
It really is. It helps that his dad. I think it was his dad was in the NFL too.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's just like whenever I think of Joe Alt, I just think of a Hall of Fame offensive lineman. Like that's just
That
like
is
a
for sure.
And that's just an offensive lineman like Hall of Fame name. I would have rather went with Neighbors, personally,
Yeah,
but that's just me. I mean, but you did get Lad McConkey, which I liked. I mean, excuse me. I like that draft pick. But what are your thoughts on it?
okay. I hated them picking Joe Alt over Neighbors at first. That has since changed like tremendously with the rest of their draft because like they killed it in my mind. My biggest beef was they didn't pick Blake Corum and they let him go to the freaking Raiders, or not Raiders, Rams, and completely screw up Kyron Williams for fantasy football. And like, I'm a little beefed about that. But other than that, great draft. I gave it an A. Joe Alt, great pick. Lad McConkey, you needed a slot wide receiver, great pick. Linebacker was in need, filled, great pick. D tackle again, need, great pick. Great pick here. Cam Hart was a steal in the 5th round. I had him as a high 3rd rounder, so that was a steal in my mind. I guess there's their RB1 right here. There's your answer. I have not watched him, so I have no clue. Brendan Rice shouldn't have fallen this far, man. Absolute steal. I had him up here. They got wide receivers. They filled out the board. They signed DJ Chark today, which I felt was unnecessary, but they filled up their wide receiver core nicely. Rice here was position number 14 ranked 83rd or 81st, and they got him in the 7th round. That's crazy to me.
And his dad
Cornelius
played.
Johnson, I thought was the yeah. I had Cornelius Johnson as the best run blocking wide receiver, if that makes sense, in the class. So I actually really liked this pick. It was kind of underrated. So just good draft. Like, you did everything perfectly. The only way keeping it out of an A plus was honestly Neighbors and then linemen later, but it worked fine and you did it well. So I mean, it's kind of early to grade it, but I think it was a good draft.
Yeah, yeah, I like this draft. Which what would have bumped me up to an A was like drafting a wide receiver.
Yeah.
But I
I also
mean,
didn't feel like they had to trade up. I don't think they should have traded up for Lad McConkey. I think they probably could have gotten him at his normal spot. I'm not complaining it gave my team another pick earlier, but I felt like they could have just gotten him at 37.
yeah, yeah, they definitely could have just sat there. But I mean, they wanted Vlad McConkey, and I mean, they do have Justin Herbert, so I think Justin Herbert could play really well.
Yes.
Like, could make these players really good.
Lad McConkey, dude, he's going to be a fantasy asset in my mind. In my opinion, he could end up being the one on this team.
I mean, yeah, who else is competing with him?
Quentin Johnston, TJ Chark, Joshua Palmer,
Yeah.
Brendan Rice, Cornelius Johnson. Whole wide receiver core right there.
Yeah, Quentin
I don't
Johnson's had a
actually hate. What's
disappointing.
weird? I don't hate their wide receiver core now. I actually don't.
I feel like you always like if big pushes in the playoffs always
Yeah,
come with a wide receiver one. You always have to have a wide receiver one,
fair.
and they do
Um,
not.
hey, I'm just saying the greatest quarterback of all time had a goat slot white boy. So I'm just saying, Lad McConkey. Maybe they're going for that type of
Yeah, I
thing, going with
mean
the white boy
Julian
goat.
Edelman was a dog, but like in the
I swear, he
playoffs,
turned it on every playoff. He
I
like flipped a
know.
switch every time.
Yeah, I know. It was like always like he was very settled in the regular season. I mean, he was still good in the
He had
regular
good
season.
seasons, but they weren't great.
Yeah, they weren't anything special, but in the playoffs, he just like turned into a Pro Bowl elite wide receiver.
He really had those type of games though.
Yeah, it was fantastic from him.
For me,
Yeah, for
not for
you.
you.
Yeah, dude. We were playing y'all. Gosh.
I still think of the Julian Edelman Falcons catch like almost every week though. I can't
Oh, dude,
lie.
that
I'm
was
like,
an incredible catch.
me and my dad will go to the Patriots like museum every year, and we'll walk by that like that was the best catch ever. I
It
think it's
was
still my
like a
favorite thing to go see.
must-have catch, wasn't it?
It was. It would have. If he didn't catch it, we lost the game. So
Mm. Yeah.
insane. But yeah, Chargers. I gave it an A. So not much more to say. Curious what you have on them. I didn't know how to feel for a while on this team with the Rams.
I'm.
I,
I
I don't know.
don't know. It's just so hard. They went very defensive heavy in this draft
Mm-hmm.
class, and I mean, understandable because defense. You just lost the greatest, one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Some would
Exactly.
arguably say the greatest.
My thing.
Fisk, I'm not too big of a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of
I thought
Fisk.
you were. At one point in time, I thought you were at least.
Was I?
I think at one point. Hold on, where do they even have him? They had him ranked third. Oh, yeah. I think at one point in time you were. Yeah.
I don't know. I change up my thoughts like with players
Same.
all the time.
Yeah. It happens though. I will say I hate it. I didn't hate it. I didn't know how to feel about it because it was a very offensive heavy draft, and they went defensive heavy. But then I looked at their roster pre-draft and was like, oh, they didn't need offense like at
Yeah,
all.
like
So
it,
they really just went and filled out the needs on the board. So I'm like, okay, I actually liked this, and I went ahead and gave it a B plus. Um, I don't know. Verse filled out the edge group. Fisk replaced the hole at D, or you're never gonna replace the hole at DT now with Donald. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, him gone. Did not like the Corum pick. He felt it was unnecessary. Kitchens, I didn't know how to feel with it because he ran and tested really bad, but he had like a solid year, I think.
last year
seven.
last year before the
Yeah, coming into the year, he was ranked
like he was
very
projected
high.
first round.
Yeah. Let's see. Is this? Oh no, I didn't watch him. Never mind. Did I watch you? I think I did watch Tyler. You watched Tyler. One of us watched Tyler Davis. It's just been a long process now. Getting tired of thinking about it. Drafted kicker. Kicker was kind of a need. A lot of people liked him. I didn't watch him though. Said he was a good run blocker. Kind of needed it. Center doesn't hurt. Guard again doesn't hurt. So I kind of liked their draft overall. Felt like they filled out all the needs. Corner was probably the only need that they didn't really fill out, but frankly, I think they're fine at corner, at least for
Yeah.
this year. Next year's corner group, my goodness, you go look at it. It's better than the past few years combined.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this is like that is the one group next year I will hype up because it is that good.
I mean, shoot, it could change, honestly. How this
It
draft
really
class
could
change?
change. I maybe putting my foot in my mouth with this one, but you go look at the group: Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, Benjamin Morris, Burke, like just those four guys alone. I'm just like, those are first round talent.
Travis Hunter was phenomenal. He was a dog, but he's
He
coming from
was.
Colorado, and I'm starting really not to like Colorado.
Oh, thank goodness you're on the right side.
Dude,
I
I
hate Colorado.
strongly don't dislike
See,
Colorado.
I don't like saying the word hate, but like, man, that is a team. I'm like, I can't.
They're not good. They're not
They're
good.
not.
I don't
They're not,
care.
and
Like
they have a
Sanders.
terrible attitude.
Sanders is a Hall of Fame cornerback, one of the best of all time. Yes, I haven't really watched him, but I will go and say, like, I
He
haven't
was
watched these older guys, but you know, he was great. But
they went 4-13 this past year.
yeah,
So, like,
and I can't think of his first name. The quarterback
Schroeder, yeah, Sanders, yes, a different
Sanders.
Sanders.
Yeah, a different Sanders. QB Sanders.
Yes,
He
QB
is so
Sanders.
bad. I don't think he will
I
be good unless he takes
okay.
a massive step.
He's not bad. The offensive line is terrible.
It is, but
That is my issue.
good
He
quarterbacks in the collegiate
he was
level.
27-3 touchdown interception ratio. I got to give him that much.
I feel like whenever I was watching them, I didn't watch too many Colorado
He
games, but
looked
like,
very scattered, but that's because the offensive line couldn't block a
yeah.
grandma.
I mean, in the Colorado versus Colorado State game, he lost the game.
Oh,
He threw a
Shedeur.
pick. He was running back. There,
Yeah,
I was just watching it because it was like 11:30 at
yeah.
night, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll throw on a college football game," and I saw
Um,
that.
yeah. It
He's
was
just
Shedeur Sanders.
no. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Oops. How
He
many
looks
did
very like scared. I don't know. I might
I
change my
think he
mind by next year.
yeah. 52 sacks allowed though. I mean, most in college football, you know.
Yeah, But
Okay,
Caleb Williams'
so
offensive line is
crazy.
terrible.
This is crazy because sacks are included in college football for the rushing. 111 rushes, negative 77 carries, and 4 touchdowns because of the
Sacks.
um the sacks. It's just that bad.
You remember? I don't know. I remember, or do you remember this? Whenever people were accusing him of holding on to the ball too long, he to like of to keep his completion percentage up. Do you remember that?
Maybe. I don't. I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, because like people were pushing that so hard. They were like, "Oh, he's holding on to the ball. Look at this play. Look at this play."
Yeah.
People were
I don't
like,
know. He had a solid year though, but like yeah, I'm just if he has a year like this, but like a step up from it, so like 4,000 yards almost, and then that touchdown interception ratio, sure, give him first round. That's fine. The upside's there, but right now I don't like it.
yeah. His dad, Deion Sanders, said like we're gonna go the Eli Manning route.
Yeah,
So
that also is just killing it for me.
yeah, that I would
I'm
not
like,
draft him for
it's
that
just
reason.
mm-mm.
He
Only team I
reminds
can
me.
see drafting him. I'm
Yes.
just gonna roll right into it. Is the Raiders?
Um. Last thing on the Sanders family. It reminds me of the Ball family so much. Like
Oh,
Sanders.
like Lamelo Ball and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
But yeah, we can get back into the NFL draft.
Yes, let's get
This
back
year's
to it.
draft.
Okay, Raiders. I hated this draft. I hated it when it was done. I hated it when it was finished, and I still hate it now. Your one need coming in was quarterback. You didn't fulfill your need. You grabbed Brock Bowers after drafting a tight end last year early. You can go two tight end set, sure, whatever, fine. You're killing their fantasy value. I'm being a little selfish with this grade, but you killed my fantasy value on Myers. I don't appreciate it. You grabbed Powers Johnson. That was a good pick. The rest of them, outside of Richardson, I didn't like for the most part. Eichenberg was good, but the rest were just like, didn't like it. Um, Again, Bowers was best player available, but not a player of need. So it's just like, why are you drafting a player that isn't a player of need just because he's best player available? I understand he's best player available, but you didn't need him. Like, you should have done all you could to trade up in the draft for a quarterback, and you just didn't do that. You lost out on all 6 quarterbacks through the first 12 picks, and you did nothing to do that. So I'm just like, I gave this a D, a solid D. I'm a hater, but it was a
That's
D.
fair. I gave them a C because I think Bowers is still good. He's a phenomenal prospect.
He he is okay.
So
I don't hate that part of it. It's just they killed my
I
fantasy value, so I got to give it a terrible grade. I'm being a little selfish.
like
Made me so
they
mad.
drafted like they just went. I feel like just best player available.
It really felt like it throughout the entire thing. I'm like, did you just like the top guy on the board? Like, you know how you're doing a mock draft and it's just the top guys there? Did they
Yeah.
just do that and click that guy?
No, they did. That's what they did. Pierce
It
is
really felt
so
like it.
Pierce Pierce is so heavy on saying oh my gosh, why can't I think of anybody's name right now? Uh Quarterback, you know who I'm
Aiden
talking about.
O'Connell,
Aiden
Minshew.
O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell. He is saying this is his team. He's pushing that narrative. He's saying he's our guy. Let's ride with him. And
I don't love it.
I don't trust that at all. Yes, you gave him another weapon, but tight end was not the need there. Draft Thomas if you're gonna want to give him another weapon.
Well, okay, they already have 2 good wide receivers though. It's just like the same boat if you when you draft Bowers. You just like you didn't need it.
It's a little
Tackle,
different.
tackle would have been a better pick here.
Yes, no, I fully agree. But if you wanted to go the weapon route, I would much rather go receiver because tight end was
I
not
mean,
an issue this year. Tight end
Brock
was
Bowers.
perfectly
Yes, no, it
fine.
wasn't. Wide receiver was really wasn't an issue either. Hold on.
It wasn't, but Thomas, that wide receiver core would look really good. You'd have Renfro, Adams, Renfro is such an underrated receiver as well. He's a
Renfro got
dog.
cut.
Or not. Who am I thinking of? Oh my gosh.
Myers.
Wait. Am I? Yes.
Yes, you're thinking of Myers.
Yes.
Renfro got cut. So.
Myers. Yes. No. Okay. I'm so used to just. Sorry, the NFL season's not here, so like these names just like.
Yes. No. I completely get it.
They're just like, oh yeah, that guy, yeah. This is the off season is where like I'm in off season mode where like I can still talk about NFL football, but I won't be in depth as much as like
Yes.
like, I won't remember these guys' names, but Myers, not Myers, but yes, Myers. Sorry, Myers, Thomas, and Adams would have been a great duo.
Trio. Yes.
Trio, yes. Sorry, I've had a long day at work today. Sorry.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. You didn't get out until like super late, so you're fine. I get it. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Frankly, for me, their needs went. Actually, it's almost as followed here. Mine was going quarterback, it was going tackle, then corner, then I would have just. Why didn't you just draft Terrion Arnold here? Like, you could have picked an edge rusher even. I would have been fine with it. Like, there's so many picks I was fine with, and Bowers just wasn't it. So, like, I gave him a D. Wasn't a good draft to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Arnold just felt like he was going to be a Raider this whole year.
I did. I literally said it. I didn't change the pick all year long. I'm like, it's just going to be Arnold. There's no point in picking anybody else. He loved him throughout the process. I said that in so many episodes. And they did. But they picked Bowers. I really was just so upset. I'm like, come on now.
I'm pretty sure we drafted Arnold in every mock draft we did.
Y'all should go check that back out. Go check those videos out and then let us know.
See if we cooked or not.
Yeah, see if we cooked or see if we just had terrible drafts.
This next team.
Yeah, okay.
This is such a funny draft.
I, again, was not a fan of the draft. Chop Robinson wasn't a need in my their top need. DT, okay, literally your fourth most needed need. Guard I would have taken over here. Tight end I actually probably would have put OT. DT huge hole. OT huge hole. That one was fine. They fixed it. Guard needed. Center I'm pretty sure needed. Tight end needed. Edge needed. They filled 2 roles. They drafted a freaking running back. What are y'all doing? I know he's fast. Dude, I don't care.
Jalen Wright is going to be phenomenal in that system. But
he's the RB2. You ruin his fantasy value. And
he might be RB3.
Yeah, at least for half the year until both of them get hurt, and then he'll probably be at 1 again. Or 1. I will say, I actually really liked this pick. I went and watched him. I liked his tape. And I actually liked Malik Washington. And I liked Patrick Paul. I liked some of the players they drafted. I just didn't like why they drafted them.
Yeah, like this, you are in a win now situation. This just feels like you're building. You're just building depth.
Good players.
Yeah,
I'll say that. But yeah, my biggest issue I think was just Chop.
Yeah, Chop and Wright. Were very confusing because Edge was not of course, yeah, it was a need, yeah. But I feel like offensive line was the big need in this draft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
at all positions.
And you drafted an offensive lineman in the second round, cool, but you could have tried to trade up, maybe. I don't know. It's just a C. It's a C for me.
Yeah, it's a C. I almost just put it at an F, but just to that guy. But it's a C. They should have picked Johnny Newton here, honestly, in my mind. When Isaiah Wynn is your starting left guard this upcoming season, and I have a huge question mark for them at center still, that's an issue. So a C honestly might be a C minus. Honestly, I think is where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, and Chop is still a great player.
Yeah. Again, great player,
but not the biggest positional need.
Exactly. I don't know. Just wasn't the biggest fan. They are a division rival, but I actually liked someone else's draft in my division. I liked the Jets. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's fair.
um, which we're talking about the Jets today. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. Um, okay, Vikings. I would love to hear you on this because I know you like JJ McCarthy.
I gave it an A.
I did too.
I love this draft. I absolutely love this draft. I love JJ McCarthy, dude. I might get a poster for my room to hang JJ McCarthy up.
We should both buy his jersey.
Dude, I might. I'm thinking about
I
it.
seriously do the Vikings play the Titans this year?
Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. Hold up. Let me
Because
look.
hold on, do they play? No, I don't think so.
Oh, they played last year. Dang it.
Gosh darn it,
No.
we were robbed.
No, please. I need
They
to see
play
my
Chicago.
boy.
Wait.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not going up to Chicago. I would rather save my life.
Versus Minnesota.
Wait.
Okay, I know we were gonna go to the Patriots game, but I think we should just go to this one.
Dude, I say we go to both.
I agree.
Dude, hold
I'm
up.
like three.
Dude, okay,
We don't
okay.
know where they
Yeah.
are yet, but like,
I don't care. Back to back weeks, I'm going.
yeah, if they are back, I'm still going.
Yeah, no,
They're
for
here.
sure. I'll wear my JJ McCarthy
Yes, I will
jersey.
seriously buy a JJ McCarthy jersey.
Dude, I
At this
think
point.
I think hot take, I don't
I
care.
know.
This could be so tremendously bad. JJ McCarthy is winning offensive rookie of the year.
It won't look bad as long as he's like top three, at least in consensus.
He's winning it. You've built the team around him. All you were missing was quarterback, and JJ McCarthy was your guy, and you got him. And you didn't even have to trade up, which made okay. You traded up one,
I was gonna
but
say you
okay,
did trade up.
whatever.
Did you
Like you
give
didn't
up?
have to give up your 23rd pick,
Ugh.
and you also traded up for that one as well. But I like that trade up. Um, and I hated the narrative people were pushing. Oh, two first, I understand because they traded blah blah blah, but they had
I was
they
people.
had some holes. So I think this is a beautiful draft class.
I did too.
I, I like I like
Like
this
you said, it
draft.
was an A.
Yeah.
Okay, you discussed these two on
And,
Okay, this is weird. I loved these two, but this was my favorite. I I don't know what it was for Kyrie Jackson, but the entire draft process, I had him as a Patriot. Um, I think it's part of it because we drafted an Oregon Duck corner last year, and part of it because I drafted him in my stupid league on Madden, and he was just a beast. And so every time I see his name, I draft him, and be like, he's gonna be a dog. And I'm like, every time I see him now, I'm like, he's gonna be a dog. So I just love this pick. I went and watched him too. Tape's good. It's not great, but it's good. You needed a corner. It's a good fill. So I don't know. I just love this
and you
pick for
have a
some reason.
top five defensive minded defensive coordinator.
Coordinator. Yeah, no. Great draft. Good job, Vikings. Now they only have 3 picks next year. So a little concerned,
Oh
but
well.
you'll trade back in the first round next year, probably get a second and a third and be fine.
Yeah, and what I think is the Vikings are in a win now situation.
They really
I
are
feel like
more.
they're leaning more towards the win now situation more than the uh, rebuild.
Yeah, they have like a
Because
balance of young and old on their roster,
yeah,
which I really loved how they got rid of what was his name? They're not
I
really
know
got rid of.
exact.
Yeah,
Hunter, Daniil Hunter.
yeah. They let Hunter walk, and they really just brought in a younger version of him.
Wasn't that his comp? I feel like
Hold on,
was
that's what I
it?
was gonna go check. No, it was Josh Allen. Hey, even
Uh,
better. The the edge rusher Josh Allen, not the quarterback Josh Allen. All right, for those just listening to this,
That's JJ
not
McCarthy's comp.
yeah. Obviously, it's not Jake Plummer.
Wait. Oh, Jake Plummer, you did
Oh,
JJ. You did my precious king dirty. I'm
that
gonna
wasn't
start
me.
I'm gonna start treating JJ like LeBron fans treat LeBron.
Like a LeBron fan.
No,
Hey.
not my king JJ McCarthy.
Oh my gosh.
Not a pick. That was the wide receiver's fault.
He didn't. Man, that ref. There was a flag on the play.
Yeah, dude.
I seriously, I will probably. I will probably
Yeah,
grab a JJ McCarthy jersey.
yeah. I'm definitely gonna
It'll be
comp
the
a
only
JJ.
other jersey from another team I might actually grab.
Oh, dude, I have the Chargers,
I I only have Patriots guys.
Cardinals.
Hey, and Barmore, 4 more years of Barmore jersey is good in my book. That happened the other day. Oh my gosh, that was a breath of fresh air. That never happens.
Yeah, only one player that I have a jersey of isn't on their current team, which is
Ouch.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Sadly.
Yeah, I have a Mac Jones jersey sitting in there, not valid. I have what else do I got in there? I have a couple others. Gonzalez, it's valid, but it's a different number, so it's kind of cool though. Kind of actually, six kind of grew on me with him, and then he changed. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Um, an A obviously. So, best draft right here in the entire group.
Oh, brother, who's gonna tell him?
Total no bias. We picked the best wide receiver in the draft.
And you
Totally
picked the
fine.
best quarterback in this draft too,
Yeah. No.
Joe Milton.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Okay. All seriousness, I gotta be honest. This sounds really dumb. Steal for Drake May at 3.
It
Maybe a little
is.
dumb, but I
No,
thought he should have
like
got. He still should have gone 2. In my mind, I know the system thing. I was trying to explain that to you the entire offseason. Like it's because the system, and well, it happened. So
I
I was
mean,
like on my knees in Walmart when it happened. I was like,
forget
yes.
forget the system. Would you rather have an okay quarterback that is actually ignore what I was gonna
He's
say?
not okay, but a super good
I
scrambler is an okay pocket passer
yeah.
or a great
I
pocket
don't. I'm
passer.
not high on Jaden Daniels.
I know.
I think Jaden Daniels will never win a playoff game with the Commanders. He's going to a crappy situation.
I
Like
don't even
he,
think it's that crappy. The O line's crap, but look at the wide receiver core.
yeah,
All
but
he
he's
needs is an
going
O
from
line.
Neighbors Thomas, one of the best offensive line in college football, to this team. Dan
Okay,
Quinn led
okay,
Commanders.
that part's fair. The Cliff Kingsbury part's also fair. But you're getting Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and I forget their number
Uh,
3. But they also drafted Luke McCaffrey.
yeah,
Yeah, but you got like guys like that. That's fine. They lost Curtis Samuel. That's who I was gonna say, but they lost him, so never mind. I don't know. I like this spot, so. But okay, for me, it's a steal here. Polk, you know I said this the entire off season, and I felt so good when it happened. I walked around my room, or walked around my bonus room about 6 times in just shock that it happened because I didn't think we'd do it. I thought we were gonna pick Mitchell. Frankly, the only reason I give this a B plus is because Mitchell was on the board. Um, just not the whole thing, but just this spot. Wallace was kind of a reach. I don't know about this guy. Javon Baker was a steal. Dial, from what I hear, is a steal. Joe Milton, you know how I feel about Joe Milton. Um, Jaheim Bell, steal. So I gave us an A minus, only an A minus because I disagreed with our third and fourth round picks. Everything else was perfect.
yeah. I mean, drafting a quarterback was questionable. I mean, I don't understand that.
Questionable. Now hold on
No,
a minute. It's the
no,
second
no.
best quarterback.
Joe Milton.
Oh,
Joe Milton. No,
okay.
no. I like Drake May. I like Drake May. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about it, and a podcast I listened to brought it up. Like the Patriots should start, or they think he will start. And I'm thinking about it, and I don't hate that because like if May beats out Brissett in the offseason, like
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if he starts week 1.
Okay. See, and that's kind of been my take too. If he truly like flat out, no bad reps at all, like just looks that much better than Brissett, start May. But if he doesn't, start Brissett at least till the bye week. Give May time. Give the rest of the team time.
I wouldn't say that far. I would give Brissett
I
like
think we're gonna have like
3
a week 6
games.
bye week. I think we'll have like a week 6 bye week. So that's why I say that.
That's 6 weeks is a while. Though.
It's a lot, but that's what they were gonna do with Herbert over at the Chargers, and then a punctured lung changed the whole
Yeah, but
situation.
my glorious king is he's good. Let's
Is that
not.
how you feel about like half the white quarterbacks in the league right now, or something?
Okay, that's crazy. That was a great. That was crazy. No, okay, I love Lamar too. Okay, whoa, now you know how I feel like about
You're right.
Lamar.
Yeah, I know you love Lamar. You don't like Joe
Um,
Burrow though.
yeah, I think he's injury prone fraud. Um,
Would you have the Patriots grade? I don't think
I
you
had
said.
an A.
You had an
I
A?
like
Okay.
this draft. What did you have? Did you say?
I had an A minus solely because I see. Okay, I liked Caden Wallace, but I would have liked him at our fourth round pick and not at our third round pick. I
Yeah,
think
you
he would have been
texted
here.
me. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
look,
Yeah.
literally overall rank, he would have been there. Fine. Apparently, we're gonna put him at left tackle, and so we're gonna develop him at left tackle. If that works, sure, sweet, I'm happy. If it doesn't, dumb pick. But everything else, I think will work. Javon Baker, he's an absolute dog. Hold on, look at the scouting report real fast. Rashee Rice, dog. If he turns out like Rashee Rice, year one, I'd be pretty content with that. I'm not gonna lie. Just
Okay.
his hand eye, just it's perfect. He's just good receiver.
After this draft for the Patriots, what are
Mhm.
your like? What would be a happy season for you?
Happy
Like
season,
just in general. Yeah.
6-11. I would actually be happy with 6-11, and that'd be the Drake May starts halfway through the year and gets us 4 wins after the bye week, 6-11 kind of thing.
All right. I
Drake
mean,
May
I
looks
feel like
good.
that's. I feel like
I
7. I feel like seven
okay. I
wins
say
would.
6 though because that would still keep us in top 10 pick area, probably top 8, and then we could draft a tackle if we need it, or a corner if we need it, or whatever we need, and be totally set.
Yeah, but I also.
7. Frankly, what I'd love is May starts right away. We go back to the playoffs. That'd be me happy,
Yeah,
but I'd also
obviously.
be very happy with 6-11. Anything above what we had this season, I'd be happy.
Also, what I feel like is the Patriots are the only team in y'all's division that is truly like in a rebuild state that is obvious rebuild state.
Yeah, it's working too, and at least in my opinion. But I'm being biased.
Yeah, I mean, it is working. You had a good draft, so
The only pick
um
people hated on was Polk, and that's because
yeah,
Mitchell was on the board. But
yeah
frankly, Polk was just a beast. I got to be honest.
um but I don't know, like the Bills. Oh my gosh, they're slowly going, no, fastly going downhill. The Dolphins, Tua will never win anything. Um, the Jets, I don't know about the Jets
They,
right now.
I, I actually
I
loved their draft, and that's my issue.
I still do think that I don't know. I'll talk
Rogers
about
was
the
4 years.
Jets.
We'll talk about them when we get to them. Okay, I do want you to read this, the post draft analysis for Polk, like the post draft analysis. Read that top sentence.
There were 77 players that had more receiving yards than New England's leading
That
receiver.
hurts. That freaking hurts so much.
I saw
77? That's crazy.
that's crazy. That is
Oh my
every
god.
team's first 2 receiving wide receiver nearly.
Yes,
Wait,
it
no, that
hurts.
is. That
That
is.
is every team. It's every other team. Plus some. That hurts. Freaking
Dude,
Mac Jones.
also I saw Ezekiel Elliott had the most receiving yards on y'all's team.
Yeah, and most
Or
receptions on our team, yeah.
receptions, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny.
It was going to be Stevenson until Stevenson got hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
I got
Let's
to
just
take
move
shots
on.
at Patriots whenever I
No,
can.
I allow it because I do it to you. It's fair. I kind of handed you that one too. That
Yeah,
hurt.
I like
Cheers.
this draft.
I did too.
I
I was
liked it.
I they haven't really had a great draft to me in a while, but this one, dude, I was like every need that I felt like was needed, they did it. So
And you didn't
props.
reach on a quarterback.
No, you grabbed Spencer Rattler round 5. Raiders,
You
what are you
sat there?
doing? You could have just done this. I wouldn't have. Raiders did this. They wouldn't have had a single hate from me. I would have kept my mouth shut if they
I
had
still would have
done
had
that.
on the Bowers pick, which is
I
crazy
I
to
would have
say,
I would
but
have hated on the Bowers pick, but I would have been like, but it makes up for it because you picked Spencer Rattler. Now everybody
yeah,
had him QB7, top 100 pick. He's got compared to Zach Wilson here. That's kind of crazy. But if he turns out better than Zach Wilson, that'd also be nice.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
you
think
grabbed
I think the
offensive
first
line.
three picks were good.
We both knew this pick was happening. Like
Yeah,
we've
like
had this
everyone and
mocked
their
for
mother.
weeks.
Yeah,
Um,
Flaga was like a saint from day one.
yes, McKinstry round
There was
2. Oh my gosh.
that's a great pick. There was a I saw a tweet on Twitter. They said the Saints are already restructuring the rookie's contract.
I saw that. I think you told me that
Yeah, you
actually too.
told
That
me.
was pretty
I
funny.
told you that, but I had to say it on the podcast because
Completely fair.
that was so funny.
Yes. Okay. Fuaga, great pick. Kool-Aid, you needed a CB for the future. Dude, second round getting Kool-Aid, who I thought was number 4 out of the corners, was just an awesome pick. Spencer Rattler in round 5, after not having a pick in 3 and 4, and you getting Spencer Rattler and getting a QB that will sit behind Carr probably most of the year, maybe all of it, maybe not if Carr starts sucking.
Yeah,
Um, and then hopefully he'll come in and turn it around. I liked Rattler, and the fact that he fell due to his stupid high school tape thing made me so mad.
that's crazy. I did see that because,
That made me
dude,
so mad because
guys mature from high
they
school.
do, and I understand he was a punk, but dude, it's been 4 or 5 years. Like, let it go. He actually has raves from his teammates about how much of a leader he's become the past couple years. So, like, give him a shot.
Yeah, dude, he showed he had some good games in college. Like
He
he
did.
had some
He
bad
beat
games.
Tennessee last year, right? Not last
Okay, yes,
2022 last year.
yeah, yeah. Like after we beat Alabama, and then like I'm pretty sure Rattler threw 6 touchdowns in that game.
I feel like he probably did.
I think he did before halftime because I remember watching that game at work, and I was like, oh my gosh, they already. It was like 35 to
Yeah. It was.
it was crazy. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm looking up the South Carolina and Tennessee game from last year.
No, you're fine.
63 to 38. To be fair, we had a lot of players injured. Hendon
Yeah,
Hooker was
63-38.
injured.
More on this game. Hold on. Spencer Rattler,
6
6 touchdowns.
touchdowns, 438
Hey,
yards,
look who the
7.
running back is. Jaheim Bell.
Oh,
That's
that's
crazy.
funny. Yeah.
That's insane. Because he played everything. I remember Juice Wells had that game, and everybody's like, "Oh man, he's gonna be the next big thing this year," and then he just disappeared. Leggett had 2 carries. That's funny.
Yeah, like
Leggett had 1 catch for 7 yards in that game.
that's just crazy. It's crazy. Throwing only 7 income. I might go back and rewatch this game
I
actually.
probably will go rewatch this game.
Because I want to
That's
see like
insane.
what Rattler did to like
Jaheim Bell, though, gosh,
606 passing
yeah.
yards.
Going back to the Patriots draft with Jaheim Bell, I didn't think I talked about it at all. Dude is probably going to play fullback in the NFL, but like the use check fullback. So I actually really like that pick for that reason. But back to the Saints with Rattler, just such a great pick in my mind, at least in my mind. He could just not turn out. That's fine, but it was just because of where you're getting him value wise that you have a guy that you can just let develop behind Carr this year and potentially come in and be a good starter.
Yeah.
I always like
And
the
you didn't
underdog
have to
story.
do anything fancy to trade
Mm-mm.
up.
No, you didn't.
And
That's such a good pick.
I don't know. And honestly, I wouldn't even hate you saying Kool-Aid was your CB1.
I really don't. They had him at
I
CB5 and compared him to Joey Porter Jr. I don't hate that.
He's a dog then.
Yeah, he is. I love this pick too, by the way. Bud Means. I went and watched his tape because Patriots might have just drafted a late round wide receiver from what I was remembering, and I think he was one of the ones I watched. I was like, he's actually kind of nice. Nice big body wide receiver. I'm like, he's nice. Jalen Ford. I think I watched his tape too. I liked him, so I thought this was a good one. I don't think I watched this guy, and I don't think I watched this guy, so I won't have anything to say. Um,
Yeah, we've watched a
yeah,
lot of guys, so
we
it is.
over 200 players at least this year. Whew, big year. I want to do a whole
Yeah,
draft board next year though.
a whole
Whole
draft
draft board.
board.
Yeah, like how they do it, like top 50 players draft board type thing, like all players ranked.
Yeah, that is so hard to rank though, in
It
my
is though,
opinion.
but
Like,
I wanna get there next year.
yeah, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
I'll,
down.
I'll try that.
We can try that.
But
Um, that's Saints. I like the draft. What do we say for the draft?
I give him a B. I think.
Okay,
Wait, let me go.
yeah, I'm gonna
B
give him a B
plus.
plus.
Yeah, I give him B plus.
Curious what you
Okay,
think here.
Giants.
Yeah, we're both. I'm trying to rethink my.
Um,
Huh.
I'll just. I like Neighbors. They did the
Yeah.
smart thing here. Um, but did you see like Neighbors look so sad? Did
Well,
you
what
see
did he
that?
say? He said,
Well, no, he's just like face. Like,
"Yeah, I know," but I was trying to think of what he said about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones.
oh, like, I remember there was an interview before he
He
was
like
drafted. Like,
switched his name, like the first letter. He looks so sad, and frankly, I would be too.
I would too. Yeah, that
I
is
feel so
completely
bad.
fair.
I hope they suck so bad that they get a quarterback so that Neighbors can be happy again. Because, dude, I like Neighbors, and I really wanted him to be like good fantasy wise too. But then he went to the freaking Giants. I'm like, of course. Like, why couldn't you have just gone to the Chargers? Like, come on, let all fall to the Giants so they have an O line.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think Neighbors was the smart decision as well. They didn't do anything fancy in this draft, and they didn't really get too many needs. Like they did not draft an offensive lineman at all.
Yeah, no, that was
So
my big issue is no offensive line.
like I was like, oh, no offensive line. That is,
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought they did draft one. Okay, I liked Neighbors. Newman, I liked as well because they lost their safeties. Phillips, I heard mixed opinions on, but I liked Phillips. So you need another corner, good. Theo Johnson, I hear Waller might retire, and he's the most athletic freak corner or tight end of the group. So I liked Theo. Tracy, you needed a running back. I haven't watched Tracy, so I'll go rewatch. I'll go watch him. That my opinion can change, but I kind of liked it. Linebacker, 6th round, sure, whatever. That's fine, kind of thing, you know.
yeah,
Um, I'll give it a C plus.
yeah. That's exactly what I graded it. The reason was because of Neighbors.
Yes. What my issue though was like no tackle.
Yeah, yeah. Or no interior offensive lineman either.
Yeah, no, just no O line whatsoever. That's
Yeah,
the issue. Yeah, I feel like that's all I'm really gonna have to
yeah,
say on it.
yeah. Truly, Jets. Jets.
Ugh.
My fault.
um.
Corley.
Okay. Olufashanu, the right pick. Oh my gosh. The whole off season. This is another pick I had completely right all off season. I felt so good.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, Here, I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah. Olu, okay. Perfect player. You can sit him behind your guys. I think it's probably in there. If he ends out like Armstead, that'd be great. Um, just the perfect pick because you can sit him behind for at least 8 games behind Tyron Smith or your right tackle, whichever gets hurt first. And then you can bring him in, and he'll be a great starter, in my opinion. He was my tackle too. I think you remember. Um,
Yeah,
I just like this pick. They didn't have a second round pick because they traded that for Rodgers. But they had a third round pick and they traded up. And I
this hurts.
hated this pick because it was so good. Because
Oh,
Corley going here, I was like, gosh, freaking darn it! Like of all the teams you had to go to, it had to be the Jets.
dude, I
Like,
love
come on.
Corley.
I did too. I had him as my highest graded third round um, wide receiver. I had him as my third round. I had him as like a 7.99 out of 10, which is my third round grades. Um, so he was like right on the cusp of being a second, but he's right on a third. And of course, he was the first pick. So that felt so good to do. Like just seeing that was like nice. Um, okay. Didn't really know how to feel about Breland Allen. They didn't really have an RB2. And like if Hall gets hurt, I guess you have like a really young, great running back to use. So good pick. Jordan Travis felt like a little bit of a reach. Rather have Joe Milton here or, my goat, Sam Hartman, but it's fine. I don't know. I like their draft though.
Yeah, I do too. Um, I thought I liked that Corley pick because I feel like they still needed weapons.
Yes.
Um, and Corley is incredible after the catch. Um, so I think Corley will be phenomenal for him. Fashanu, great pick. Travis, eh,
Yeah,
and
exactly how I felt. I mean, at least
eh.
he can hopefully sit the entire year. Hopefully. Rogers, keep your leg okay for once. I didn't actually really like Isaiah Davis pick. Now that I just looked at that, why'd you draft 2 running backs? That wasn't a need.
Oh wait, yeah, what?
Tight end was still a need. You could have drafted a late round tight end. I'm glad you didn't though.
Um, yeah. Sorry, I was writing something down to tell
Oh,
you
you're
after
good.
the
You're
podcast.
all good.
Um,
Apparently Stingers was good. Didn't know that, but people
where's he
like that pick a
from?
lot. So nice pick.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, drafting an Alabama safety is never a bad idea.
Yeah.
Never.
uh, Good pick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much more to say on them. I feel like it was just a solid draft.
What
Yeah,
did you give him?
give him B.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't know. I feel like an A is too much for them, and like a B plus is still feels like too much. They had good draft, just not great draft.
Yeah, it was a very solid draft. I think a B
Nothing
is
I
like a
really.
very
Yeah.
solid.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this next team.
Oh, the fraud team.
They had the one of the best drafts though. That's what I
No,
hate.
no, they did, but I still think Nick Sirianni is a fraud head coach.
Honestly, fair.
Um,
I'll let you talk about them first.
these first two picks were phenomenal.
Yeah.
like, um, they were fantastic. Mitchell, 2 first round guys. Corner was your biggest need going into this
Hmm.
draft, so go all in, trade it up for Cooper DeJean. Um, they did. They interviewed DeJean and they asked the question like, how do you feel about like, or they were like, uh, white cornerbacks are there's not many in the league. Does that like give you a chip on your shoulder or something? I think DeJean was like, I'm if the Eagles give me an opportunity, I'm gonna go out there and play. Like it was a very basic answer. I thought that was a weird question to ask.
Yeah, I was just like, I heard that. I do remember that, and I was just like, why are you asking this guy that? Like, just
Yeah,
ask
like
a
you can
normal
think
person question,
that,
please.
but that's a terrible question.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, I think those two picks. Also another pick that I really liked was Trotter.
Trotter
Um,
fell way too far. Like,
yeah,
look,
no,
we
he
had him.
did.
We had who? Where do we have Matt?
I
I'm
think
gonna
we
go
had
look it up.
4 or 5.
Yeah, we had him like 4 or 5, I think. I'm gonna find our linebacker. Gosh, that was almost a month ago. That was last month. That's crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
That was RB.
Um,
I'm trying to find it now. That's no, I can't find it. That's funny. Yeah, I can't find it.
yeah,
Might
dude,
have
I can't
accident.
either.
I don't know. Let me go look mine up. Hold on. See if I can find it. I think I found it. Was that linebacker group? I
Yeah.
had him. Where'd he go? I had him at 4. Yeah. So, oh well. They got a steal. Um, Mitchell, steal. Cooper Eugene, steal. Jalix Hunt, apparently it was one of their favorite players in the entire draft. Good pick then.
Oh,
Running back depth works. Anais Smith, punt return guy. Kind of like the pick, honestly. Um, Apparently teams loved him throughout the process. I didn't watch him though for some reason. I forgot why. Um, but people loved him. So I guess good pick. You need the wide receiver depth. Trotter again, steal. Keegan didn't watch him. Johnny Wilson wasn't a fan. Probably is going to move him to tight end. I'm ready for it.
oh
Um,
yeah, Johnny Wilson needs to be moved to tight end.
so probably got your tight end two of the future right there. Overall, one of the best drafts I saw out of the entire group. I gave them an A plus.
Yeah, I did too.
So they were just a great draft. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
it's
says
hard
they
to go
needed Temple.
down after the Mitchell and DeJean.
It kind of did, but apparently, like all these players were rated highly by scouts, and so I was just like, okay, I guess I didn't watch enough, which I'll do better about next year.
Yeah,
So yeah,
one of the winners for sure in this draft.
this will definitely be one of my winners. I will say.
Yeah.
Um, I will let you
The
cook.
Steelers.
This is all you.
Alrighty. Um, we went offensive line heavy in this draft class,
Mm-hmm.
which at first I was like, okay, I'm concerned because who are we going to throw to? Who are we going to throw to? But then I thought, okay, this is how I'm thinking. We're going to be a run heavy team this year, which I like.
I
So
kind of
we
do too.
brought in Arthur Smith. I should have thought of this whenever we brought in Arthur Smith, but I didn't. I was like, okay, we're gonna. I don't know, but we're gonna be a run heavy team this year, and I like our draft picks. Uh, great. I wouldn't say we got a good first overall pick with Fontenot.
Fatiana.
Fought Fontenot. Yeah, I can't say his name all the
All
time.
good.
Um, Washington guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He was my offensive lineman 6,
I
and
remember that. He was
we
like
got
6
him.
off the board.
Or no, he was my 5, and then I got him. We got him at 6. So I was scared we were gonna get Mims. That's who I was scared of. I was also scared of him, but I wasn't. At first, I didn't like this pick, but now I like it. He was a Steelers fan growing up. Fraser, I like this pick. We needed a center. People said we reached on him, but I don't think we
I
did.
disagree. I don't think
Um,
there's a reach.
Wilson was a good
Wilson.
pick. Roman Wilson,
Yeah.
I like Roman Wilson. I think he will be. He's gonna be starting this year. So
Yeah. Wide receiver, probably 2 or 3 role.
Whoa, Calvin Austin.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I said 2 or 3. All right, that's why I said 2 or 3.
That's fair. Yeah. Peyton Wilson, I like. I know there's problems.
Wilsons, by the way.
Yeah, I know that's pretty. We have 3 Wilsons on the team. Wait, maybe we have I don't know. We might have 4.
Too many.
Yeah, we have 3. But Peyton Wilson, he has his problems. He has shorter arms, but I'm not too worried. We needed a linebacker, and he was one of the best players on the board still, so I was okay with. South Dakota State guy, I don't know. I didn't really watch these guys. But I think through the first 3 rounds, I think this was a good pick, and we got depth at defensive tackle and corner, so I think we could have went a bit more corner heavy. I think we should have drafted maybe corner a little earlier.
Fair.
Like I wouldn't have hated if we got TJ Tampa in the 3rd, and then draft a quarterback in the 4th, or a wide receiver in the 4th. But
that's fair.
I gave them an A-.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I liked Fatianu. I kind of felt like he was going to be going to y'all, or he was going to go to the Dolphins. So I actually was like, okay, good pick. Frazier, you mentioned, was like a reach in some people's minds. Dude, this is about where I saw him going, and in every mock that I ever did. So in my mind, I'm like, that's a good pick. He was number 3, and like that's about where he'd go. If he ends up like Creed Humphrey, that'd be a steal. But he's a good player. I liked him a lot. Roman Wilson, you mentioned, you need a wide receiver. You fix the wide receiver. He kind of does what Johnson did, so that works. Peyton Wilson, you need a linebacker. You complained about it. I remember you complained about it all offseason. Was like it was a need, and you went ahead and got like the best guy in some people's minds.
Oh yeah, and we got Patrick Queen.
Mm-hmm. So like you fixed your linebacker core. Like there is no worry now. I feel like what was my only thing? Oh, you mentioned the corner thing. I think your team has already looked at 2025's corner group and been like, we can wait. Like at least they're like, we can wait to go get a guy right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like because all these teams are already looking at 25. They have scouts for 2025 already starting. So I feel like they're already started on it. I did like y'all's first few rounds. I gave y'all a B plus just because there wasn't any like standout fun pick outside of Peyton Wilson, in my opinion.
I feel like the Steelers are good at drafting guys. They're a good team building around the draft.
Especially wide receiver, dude. My goodness, y'all need to stop. Give me y'all's freaking scouts.
Hey, wait in about 2 years. Roman Wilson will be throwing a fit in the locker room. Just wait. Let Roman Wilson cook.
George Pickens is next, so it's fine. George Pickens will be after this season.
Please.
Apparently,
he's gonna be like, why did we run the ball 120 times?
I don't know if you saw this, but apparently y'all might be trading for a wide receiver that's thrown with Russell Wilson, who has worn number 14.
Courtland Sutton.
Did you see that? It was being talked about on Twitter. I'm surprised.
I did see we were thinking about trying to trade for Courtland Sutton. Like I know Brandon Ayuk, Sutton.
It wasn't Courtland Sutton.
Oh.
It was DK.
DK. Oh.
I saw 3 tweets in a row that it was DK, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't think it will ever happen, but oh my gosh, it'd be amazing.
That would be fantastic. I would be so happy.
I know. I was ready for it to happen and make your like entire podcast week. Like you just talk about it the entire time.
Oh, dude, I would like
completely get it.
I could literally talk about the Steelers the whole podcast.
Yeah, if we did that with like Ayuk or something for us, I'd feel the same way. So I completely get it.
Yeah. But yeah,
good draft, though.
That's all I have to say about the Steelers draft.
Okay. Seahawks draft.
Yeah.
I didn't look at their board until now. Gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
they got one of my guys though. I like Christian Haynes.
yeah, yeah, I
I
did too.
really do.
I honestly,
Um,
I think this was my favorite two picks was Byron Murphy and Christian Haynes for them, and then the rest I was just like, I don't even
yeah.
know. DJ James, actually, hold on. DJ James, oh, that looks so bad for me. He was my 10th best ranked corner. Ouch, 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 ouch. That really bites.
I
But
don't know.
what? Why did they draft two corners after already filling up their corner room the past 2 years, though?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That's my question. I didn't watch this guy, so I don't even know who you are. Sorry.
I kind of have a concern about the Byron Murphy pick.
I kind of do too. I liked Murphy though. He wasn't the one that had an issue
No,
as
no,
much as
I do too, but it's just like the position value was not there.
that's fair. Positional, yeah, and he was like what the um,
Defensive player off
second
the
defensive
board.
player. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of an issue. Edge was literally a need, and Dallas Turner sat right in their lap, and they didn't pick him. So that kind of brings this grade down a little bit. This is definitely the best pick was Christian Haynes. I'm gonna. I don't know if there's really much to say outside of just I gave him a C. Nothing good, nothing bad.
Yeah, I'll give him a C as well. Yeah.
I don't know.
What
Wasn't great,
else?
wasn't bad. So not much to say. Sorry, Seahawks fans. Nothing great. Oh yes. Okay. Okay. Um. Do you want to start?
Oh,
Um. Or can I start?
you can start. You can start.
Okay.
I want to
This
hear
was
your
my
thoughts.
second least favorite draft of the entire league. I gave it a D minus. Is that a little crazy? Maybe. Okay. Pearsall to me was a reach. Okay. You didn't really need what you didn't trade Ayuk or Debo. Why are you drafting a wide receiver in the first round when you have so many other holes, especially at corner and tackle? The corner you drafted at 32, you traded with the Chiefs to let them trade up one to go get a tackle. Why on earth are you helping the Chiefs? And then you draft the 15th ranked tackle or the 15th ranked corner who I hadn't even heard of until the draft. Um, then in the third round, you got a good player with Dominic Punu, whatever. Good pick. I actually like this one. Um, Mustafa, good safety. Giardo, good running back. So these three picks, boom, 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 good. Cowing, I had a undrafted grade on. Thought he was terrible. Don't know why you're drafting two wide receivers when you already had wide receiver depth. And a guard, don't really know. Don't really know. So three solid picks, but then two terrible picks, and you help the Chiefs. I did not like their draft at all. I liked nothing about it at all. I don't know why you didn't just trade up for a corner. Like you could have done what the Saints did and jumped the Saints and picked McKinstry and been set, and I would have been like B plus, but you didn't. So I literally I hated this draft and I gave it a D minus.
Yeah, I gave it a D. Um, yeah, actually,
I will
yeah,
say it
no,
could turn out great, but I gave it a D minus.
I'm gonna give it a D because like the 49ers always build around their draft. Like their
Yeah,
star players are like late round draft picks.
true. It's like the Rams.
Um, yeah, and they just it's just a draft of a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, it's well okay. Pearsall wasn't and Pinu
Okay,
and Mustafa.
yeah,
Like
but
those three,
like
I knew
Pearsall,
who these guys were, and Giardo, I knew who he was, but Green, I hadn't heard of till the draft till they drafted him.
no, yeah, I'm not saying like I don't know the or like no one knows these guys. It's just like no like big name like
Yeah,
should
like
be
standout
drafted
picks.
there.
Yeah, they didn't have like a standout pick at all.
Yeah,
Um,
and Pearsall
my thing
shouldn't have won
also,
in the first round.
no,
Trade out
Pearsall
of the
could be a
first.
great player. Okay, he could be a great player, and sure, that might look a little bad on my part for saying that a D minus, but it's because at the time you have Ayuk and Debo, you didn't really need Pearsall round one. Like the math doesn't math for me. with
Yeah.
that pick, if that makes
I
any sense.
was I was waiting for a Brandon Ayuk trade. I was just
Yeah,
like,
you know how I
especially
was.
after
I
that.
I wanted us to do it the entire second day.
Yeah, you literally told me, you literally texted me and you were like, after the 49ers drafted Pearsall, that you were like,
Ayuk's getting
Brandon
traded.
Ayuk is getting traded tomorrow.
Yeah, I was so confident in it, and they're like, "Oh, well, we didn't get a first round pick for him, and now you're probably going to get nothing when he walks in free agency, and then Pearsall to me will look like a good pick." But right now, it just doesn't because it was a reach, in my opinion. And I know people who like him, but they're biased. So because he's a Florida fan, so he's a little biased. And if you're getting Tyler Boyd in the first round, if that's the wide receiver, Tyler Boyd's good, but he's not. I don't know. I don't know. May I won't say that. It's just a little crazy of a pick, especially when you're helping the Chiefs. I don't know. The whole
Yeah,
draft was just a little dumb.
yeah, I agree.
So D minus. Sorry, Niners. Ooh, I did text you about this draft. I remember at least a little bit.
Yeah, I don't remember what
Um,
you said, but I definitely
It
do
was
remember you.
about Chris Braswell. I thought it was one of the best picks of the day too. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, do you want to talk first about him? Since I talked first about the last two.
Yeah. Um, I think this draft was a good draft for the Bucks. Um, and going into this draft, the Bucks don't have too many holes, in my opinion. I think they're just a middle of the road, above a middle of the road team. Um, it all just depends on Baker. It truly
Yeah.
does at the end of the day. You needed a center. You got Barton. I don't hate yeah, he's a first round guy. Braswell, I think, is a phenomenal. I think that's a great pick there. Uh, Bucky Irving, I think that's also another good pick.
Yes.
I feel like the Bucks' run game wasn't that good last year, if I remember correctly.
Rashad White was fine, but they had like holes on the
Oh yeah,
roster on the line that were the issue. Like the line had holes in it, and that was the issue.
yeah,
Especially at center when their center was out the whole year.
yeah. I think it's I give them. Hold up, let me look. I gave them a B. I gave them a
All right.
solid B. I think it was a good overall pit draft. Nothing too crazy. Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. No. For me, hold on. I gotta find my board for him. Sorry, I lost it. Um, for me, Barton, I knew he was a first round pick because all the reports were coming out, and I'm not gonna fall for that smoke screen. Because he was a center, and three teams needed centers, so I'm like two teams are probably gonna pick a center. And then Braswell, you remember I had him as a first round pick at one point in time, so like props, good pick. You needed a safety because I think you lost a safety, good pick. McMillan, I actually really liked this pick. Did they comp him the way I had him comp too? No, they didn't even have it. They kind of needed depth for wide receiver because Evans is old. Godwin, no, not Godwin's not that old. But outside of Evans and Godwin, you don't really have like another guy, and Evans is getting old. And I'm not saying McMillan can replace him, but McMillan is that type of wide receiver, so him learning from Evans will help. Um, Bucky Irving, I stopped being a fan of Bucky Irving when the measurements came out, but he went here, and I feel like he can find a solid role. So I liked this pick. I don't know. It was a good draft. I had a B plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
like
the Bucks are a team that like I thought they were going to go into rebuild mode right after Brady left, but they
yeah.
just stuck around.
They. I'm not saying they'll be like a deep playoff team, but they'll probably stay around playoff contention again this year.
Yeah.
I would have liked for them to grab a corner. I think that's probably my only issue with the entire board they have going. Oh, Tyke Smith, by the way, I didn't actually say anything. I actually really liked him. Um, I went and watched him just because I was like, I went and looked the board for the Bucks. I was like, that's a good draft pick. So good job, Bucks, dude. Like, not much more to say than good draft.
Yeah,
But yeah,
agreed.
that's all I really have to say on them. Wow, last two teams. Okay,
Tennessee
Titans.
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 Um, okay. Good positive first. I'll go positive first. You filled out all five needs on the need board. Good job. You drafted Bradley's number two tackle. So
Yes.
good pick.
I
Other
love
people
that. I
didn't think it was a good
loved
pick.
that pick.
Now, after that, the worst pick of round two, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Okay, second worst pick. The Ravens had the or not the Ravens. The Falcons had the worst pick of round two with Ororo, and then Sweat.
I don't
Both
know.
of
I
them.
think Sweat was a
Sweat was more of a reach because I think
reach.
Ororo was probably going to go round three. Um, it's actually kind of fun to say his name. He's just got so many off the field issues. You drafted a guy that got a DUI 2 days before coming to visit. That's crazy. It's completely crazy. I don't know. I didn't like that pick. That was an F, like just a giant F. Um, on my stuff for them. Cedric Gray, good pick. Brownlee, good pick. Jaquan Jackson, I kind of liked. James Williams, great late round pick. And then I didn't watch this guy. I gave them a. Where did it go? I have them up, and then I'll move away for a second to go look at something else. I gave them a B plus as well. Overall, I felt
Yeah.
like it was just a good draft. They filled out all the needs. So
Yeah, I gave them a solid B.
completely fair.
I did not like the Sweat move at
That
all.
really hurt them. They would have been an A for
Yeah.
me if they picked someone better.
Um, Cedric Gray was a good pick as well.
Hmm.
Um, but I love the Latham pick. I know you hated it, but I love
I
JT
didn't
Latham.
hate it. I just thought there was a better player.
Hold up. Let me see what you.
Oh yeah, go look. I didn't hate it because I just thought there was a better player.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look up Latham.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up. But I can't find him.
I don't think I said anything. Maybe I didn't say anything. That'd be
No, you
hilarious.
definitely did.
Or maybe Titans. I probably said Titans to you and then put a death face or something.
Yes, no, that it's.
Titans. Oh no, that was day two. I said that. Titans crying
Oh
face.
yeah, oh
Titans
yeah.
joke.
You said Titans with a crying emoji, and I said, "Is that a good crying?" He said, "No."
No,
I said,
why?
"Oh,
Dumb pick.
duh, duh, duh." And then we started talking about the Falcons.
And then we'd start talking about Jack crashing out because they picked
Yeah.
Bo Nix at 12. Um, yeah. Oh, that was funny.
um, but I love Latham. I do.
Yeah. So
He's
I
one of
feel like
my
a B.
guys.
Yeah, B plus definitely fair. Apparently they're putting him at left, and if he works out at left, I'll give him an A.
I'll give him a B plus actually, just for the Latham pick.
Yeah, fair. Like he's your guy. Like you sure?
Yeah, I have to give him an A plus. No, I'm playing.
No, a little far. But yeah, I feel like an a B plus is fair. Um, you know what's weird? This is one of the better drafts. But the fact
Yeah,
that they didn't pick a
everything
tackle,
after
I didn't like.
Jaden.
Yeah, I mean you have one, two, three, four, five, six players in the top 100. You're gonna have a good draft. Jaden was a good. I know you didn't like Jaden's pick, but Jaden was a good pick. Sire Newton was a good pick. This was a good pick. Sinnott was a great pick. Um,
Oh
Coleman
yeah,
was a good.
Vincent.
Coleman, you grabbed at least you grabbed some linemen at some point. Good pick. This was the only pick I didn't like with Luke McCaffrey. I didn't feel like he was a top 100 player. Didn't like the pick. The Temple guy I didn't watch. The last two
I'm
guys I
always
didn't watch.
curious. Sorry to cut you off. I'm always
No, you're
curious,
fine.
like whenever they're like from a football family, highly like the McCaffrey family, the Rice family. Like, how much consideration does that go in?
Considering the new GM for the team was a Niner guy, I feel like it was definitely considered here.
Hmm.
I actually hold on. I know you loved Senate early on. I'm just now like really thinking about it. This was a great pick, dude.
Yeah, dude. I remember watching him, and I remember loving what I saw
I
from
fist
him.
bumped that man. I got to fist bump him.
Oh,
You're
that's
jealous, I know.
that I am.
And he gets to be their number one. Like they needed a tight end.
And you got Johnny Newton in the second round. Johnny Newton is
They
phenomenal.
filled out their board. I will give them that much. Outside of tackle, they filled out their team need board, and I will give them
Dude,
that.
it just sucks that they won't have a quarterback.
Okay.
Like, that just
You are
blows me.
hating this point. That's
Dude, okay.
generation.
I just.
I wish you had drafted him in the fantasy league. That would have been so funny. I would never stop making fun of you for that, just because of how much you hate on him.
No, I'm not. Like, I refuse to. I just. I like Jaden, yes, as my QB3.
Sure.
But the red flags are too red for me.
Honest, that's fair. I do understand that side of things. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I give the Commanders an A.
I did too. They didn't do anything bad. So
Good draft.
it really was. Only thing holding them back was really tackle.
Yeah. And I just don't trust Dan Quinn.
Fair. Um, sorry, I'm looking back because we're gonna need to do our two winners and
Winners.
losers for this. So we started with Chargers. Okay.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Hold on, it
All
just
right.
glitched out. I'll go first. My first loser. I'm gonna do loser first, just because I want to switch it up. I'm gonna do the Raiders. I was not a fan of the Raiders, and I will hate on the Raiders draft because, yeah, you know why. I ranted about it already. Um, Raiders. I just thought they were a loser for the draft. So
That's completely fair. Um, do you have anything
who?
else to say?
No, it really. I've said all I needed to say
Yeah.
about them.
I'm. Hold up. Can you scroll over to make sure I'm not
Yeah, I
missing
got you. I
anyone
got you.
before? All right. Yeah. Okay. No one from there. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah. It's just
They
like
did
you are in a win now situation and you just drafted depth pieces and not truly like anyone
so
that will
real.
bring your team up
Yeah,
to the next level. Like you
I
drafted Chop, good prospect, but bad placement.
yeah. Honestly, Paul could probably start on the right side at least. Like I think he might start. So like that pick was fine, but everything else, like you
Yeah.
said, was just depth. Why do you
It
draft
just
two edge rushers in their first five picks?
yeah, and you
What?
already have and you had one of the best running games when those
Yeah,
guys were healthy. And then you
yeah.
went and drafted the best running back in the draft. I understand, yes, but that's just a depth piece at that point.
Honestly, fair. Yeah, I will agree with you. Um, I'm gonna do my first winner. I'm trying to decide. I'm gonna do the Chargers. Honestly, I didn't like their board at first, but the more I look at it, the more it grows on me, and I think this is becoming one of my favorite drafts for the entire process. Um, I don't know. They just did really well. Like there was no pick here that I hated, and they fixed every need that I felt like was truly needing to be fixed. Sure you could have grabbed a tight end, but your tight end group's fine. You grabbed three wide receivers, and they're all needed wide receivers. So good draft, Justin Herbert. You won. That's my winner is Justin Herbert.
Yes, Justin Herbert's always the winner in my eyes.
I know he is. Who's
Um,
your first winner,
my first winner is the Minnesota Vikings.
dude? Yes.
Obviously, picking Glorious King, J.J. McCarthy at 1. Dallas Turner, phenomenal player. I think this was just a well-rounded draft.
It was.
I think you got your quarterback of the future, got the edge rusher of the future. Like, I could see like Dallas Turner going into week 1 or like year 1 and having the impact Micah Parsons had.
Ooh, I would love that. Actually, I would love to see that.
I think the Turner is going into a great system
Yeah.
with Flores.
No, I agree with you. I'm not gonna pick them for my second winner though. I just want to do somebody different, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my second loser. I felt like this is obvious after I gave my grade. Like, there's not much to say other than I thought this was the worst draft of the group. Second worst draft overall. They didn't really do anything flashy or needed in my mind. They filled the needs, but they weren't filled with needs of players that I felt like were deserving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's completely fair.
Yeah.
My second loser is gonna be. This is hard because there's not really. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
it's
with
rough.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Uh,
I can see that. I don't hate that.
just because of the Byron Murphy pick. It's
Yeah,
not because of Byron Murphy. It's just like the
they didn't really have
positional
another good
value.
pick besides Haynes. So
Yeah. So it's just like I don't know. They're in a weird spot. Like right now, the
they're stuck
Seahawks
with
are.
Gino.
Yeah, I know you're not a big Geno fan.
No, I'm Gino hater.
Um, but I don't know. I'm the Seahawks are in a slow decline. I'm scared.
Yeah, they're like slowly trying to keep themselves up.
Yeah, they're like the Bucks, but like the Bucks are succeeding at that, and the Seahawks
Yeah,
are not.
the Bucks have an easier division. I think that's what helps. I mean, I
It,
will say they did trade for Sam Howell, so hopefully, he comes in and replaces Gino, and that lifts the team up a little
I
bit.
like Sam Howell,
I did too. Felt so bad.
um,
He didn't
but
deserve
I
it.
also did like Desmond Ritter before last year.
I didn't. So I do like your second loser. Honestly, I'm trying to decide my winner, dude. I'm not picking my own team. I made a rule for myself. I will not pick my own team.
I was thinking of literally picking my team.
You are allowed to. I just don't want to for myself.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pick the Saints. No.
Oh.
Hold on. The Eagles.
Oh, dang it.
I gotta pick the Eagles. I forgot. Dude, they killed it. They really did.
They
Defensively,
did,
that's what
man.
they needed. And like they went and did everything. I felt like corner was such a huge need that they needed to draft two guys early, and they drafted literally number one and number three. So good job. Like seriously, killed it. So winners. Like you fixed your corner room. Sure, you didn't grab a tackle. You didn't really need one. You grabbed depth at your guards. Great. You grabbed a wide receiver depth again. Great. You grabbed a linebacker who is great, and his dad played for your team. Just great. Like great draft.
Yeah. I think it was definitely a winner.
Yeah. I know I took your team, so I'll give you a minute.
I will go. Actually, I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Okay. I really appreciate that.
I will go. I think y'all really did have a good draft. I think y'all did. Y'all are a very young team. Y'all are in rebuild mode, so like, y'all aren't going to be. Y'all can't have the expectations for Drake May to make the playoffs.
No, I don't.
But I think this is a great start. This is
Yes.
a really good start for what y'all will be. I'm excited to see where the Patriots go. Well,
Yeah.
not really excited. That's a bad word.
I know you're not. You're not excited for the Patriots, but I think you're excited for Drake May.
Yes, I am. As a football fan, I'm excited. As a
Yeah,
Steelers
I
fan,
completely
no.
get it.
And as a friend of Zane, I am excited for him.
I appreciate it. I want y'all to do good too because I know y'all need a quarterback. So I want a quarterback to work out for y'all. Right.
Like if both of our teams are really good in like 3 years or 2 years, I
That'd be
want
great.
us to. It would be so much fun to actually watch the Steelers and Patriots again in the playoffs.
Yes, I would enjoy that.
But
Like you mentioned, by the way, we're a young team. We only have 5 people over 30 right now on the team.
yeah,
So
that's great.
I did want to say I almost picked the Saints just because of these 3 picks.
Yeah,
But then I saw
that's
the Eagles.
completely fair.
But yeah, I appreciate you putting us as one of the winners. I thought y'all had a great draft too, though. So
Yeah, I feel like I talked about the Steelers, so I was like, yeah, I'll talk about the Patriots as
totally
a
fair.
winner.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we probably wrap it up today, though, right? Any last
Yeah,
thoughts?
no, this was exciting. This might be one of our
Yeah.
last draft videos for a minute.
We might do like one more, maybe. I feel like one more is
Yeah,
appropriate, at least. There's not much more except just positional rankings and just off-season shenanigans that go on
uh,
for the
I
remainder
don't
of the
know
rest of the
what
season.
like next draft video. What are you thinking?
We could do a 2025 draft.
Mock? Oh my!
Oh, that'd
I
be
would
so.
know nothing.
Hey, I don't either. That's the fun of it.
I mean, hey, fair.
We could totally do one. Just do the research this weekend on what players we could do.
Yeah, we could totally do that.
Yeah, we might do that next week. Who knows? Y'all just have to check it out next week. So we'll be signing off for now. So thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Dropback Podcast. Be sure wherever you're listening to leave a like, follow, subscribe, or a comment. We always appreciate it. If y'all disagree with anything, any takes or anything, let us know down in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in the next one, and peace out.
Peace.